From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Ticats Today here on the Ticats Audio Network. I'm Brayden Neville, and honestly, who isn't getting sick of the rain? It seems like the last couple weeks it has just been pouring in Hamilton. But as we wait for that weather to heat up, the CFL is heating up. As last night we had the CFL draft, and the Ticats made some big moves using their 6 picks to improve in several areas. Things were rocking here at Tim Hortons Field as we hosted an exclusive draft watch party sponsored by TELUS last night on the club level for season ticket holders. And, well, the turnout was awesome. It was great to meet a ton of excited Ticats fans, and you can tell the buzz is in the air around this team, and lots of fans talking about the draft and who we were going to pick. Well, those questions were answered as the Ticats selected Dayton Black with the 6th overall pick, and it's easy to see why the Ticats selected him. The offensive lineman stands 6'6" and weighs in at 295 pounds. So an absolute monster being added to that Ticats O-line, and possibly we could see him protecting Bo Levi Mitchell maybe this season or in the absolute near future. So very excited to see how that turns out. Obviously, it's exciting to get a guy like that. You know why they're getting a guy like that, especially with a new QB for the Ticats this season. The Ticats Audio Network was also set up at the exclusive TELUS Draft watch party last night. They were giving live analysis, and we got the chance to speak with the Ticats' first-round pick to discuss him being selected here in Hamilton and his excitement of being a Ticat.
That's the Ticats organization has given me, and all the potential and greatness they see in me, and I'm beyond ecstatic to get to work with these guys and win a Grey Cup for this great town of Hamilton.
Hey, Dayton, this is Brian Simmons here, former left tackle for Hamilton. I just wanted to ask you, I know you're very versatile and you can move well, but what position do you feel like you play well? I guess, what's your most successful position, if you could tell us?
Yeah, besides making the switch to offensive line, I would say quarterback back in my younger days. But, with the last couple of years here playing offensive line, I've really only played left tackle, so I'd say that's the most position I'm comfortable in right now.
Oh, well, that's a great position to be. Not many can play it, but looking forward to you coming here, man. I saw that you got a former defensive line playing time, and that kind of reminds me of myself because I used to play defensive tackle before I converted. I personally think offensive linemen, they make some of the better former defensive linemen make some of the better offensive linemen because they can transition. And then you also got an idea of what the defense is trying to do. So I wish you well, man. You come into a great group of guys, veteran guys, that they're gonna help you, teach you, and you're just gonna learn so much, man. And congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm beyond pumped, and I'm ready to learn from these guys. There's so much more to learn, and I'm ready to get to work.
Dayton, this is Courtney Steven here. Congratulations. Why don't you describe your game for us and tell us what you bring to the teams that you've played on and what you're going to be bringing to this Ticat locker room?
Yeah, I like to be known like the most physical player on the field. O-line's it's a tough position. You're always going backwards with a lot of guys running forward at you. So me being the most physical and nastiest player on that field I can be, that's what I'm going to bring to this Ticats organization. I'm ready to protect Bo Levi. As you guys know, he's a stud, and, the more I can do for this team, the better.
And Dayton, Mike Daly here for the Ticats Audio Network. First of all, congratulations, right? That's awesome for you, your family, everything. What does it mean now coming to a team like the Hamilton Tiger-Cats that are going to host the Grey Cup at home? And really the expectations are to win the Grey Cup. Have you kind of wrapped your head around that yet? Or is it still just excited about the pick and trying to get your footing right before you got to make it to minicamp?
Yeah, a little bit of both for sure, right? Definitely got to get ready to go to camp first of all, right? Football's a long season, 18 games, you got to take it 1 week at a time. But, I come in, I'm a competitor, and I hate to lose, so I'm coming in and I wanna do my best to help this team win a Grey Cup. And I think that's the expectation in the locker room, and I hope that's how all the guys feel, that we have one goal in mind, and that's to be playing for that Grey Cup.
Dayton, you want to be the most physical guy on the field? I think you'll fit in just fine with the Hamilton Tiger-Cats.
Yeah, we're going to be the hammer, not the nail, sir.
Dayton, congratulations, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time, and I can't wait to get to work.
Hope you can hear the fans.
I love it. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'm ready to get out there and see y'all.
That was ex-left tackle for the Hamilton Ticats, Brian Simmons, as well as Courtney Stephen and Mike Daly, live last night from the exclusive Ticats draft party sponsored by TELUS. And it was great to hear how excited Dayton is to suit up for the Ticats and, like he said in the interview, protect such a legendary quarterback like Bo Levi Mitchell. The Ticats weren't done there. However, they didn't have another pick until the 4th round, where they took the 23-year-old defensive back from Wilfrid Laurier University, Patrick Burke Jr., drafting a little bit closer to home here, as Burke is from Etobicoke, Ontario, and had a great career at Laurier, where he had 55 tackles, 4 interceptions, 5 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble with the Golden Hawks, all while being named an OUA All-Star in 2022. So a guy who can really do it all on defense, getting taken with that 29th overall pick. That wasn't it for the Ticats in the 4th round, as they went ahead and selected Reese Martin 2 picks later with the 31st overall pick in the 4th round. Martin is from out east, Moncton, New Brunswick, and attended Mount Allison University, and another big body being added to the Ticats defense. The D lineman stands 6'5" and weighs in at 285 pounds. Had some nice numbers at Mount Allison University, 29 games played, registering 67.5 tackles, 12.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 6 pass breakups with the Mounties last season. He was also named a first-team All-Canadian and was nominated for the J.P. Metres Trophy, which is awarded to the top lineman in U Sports. Rounding out the rest of our picks was Robert Panabaker, a defensive back from the Western Mustangs and a 2021 Vanier Cup champion. He was selected with the 40th overall selection in the 5th round. And in the 8th and final round, we selected Josh Heyer, D lineman from University of Calgary. And with our final pick, we selected Caleb Morin, a wide receiver from the University of Saskatchewan. Coach O and the Ticats were putting in that work on draft day. And another man who had a huge part in these selections was Assistant General Manager and Director of Canadian Scouting, Drew Allemang, who I got the chance to meet up with after the draft and get some info on the Ticats' latest additions. Black, tell me a little bit about him.
Yeah, Dayton, he's an offensive lineman that's, he's newer to the position. He was converted there. He originally went to school as a quarterback and kind of found his way into the offensive line. But he's a player that we find, he's got tremendous upside. He has length and athletic ability, and he's someone that we see having a bright future with us.
And now going on to Patrick Burke Jr. A little bit about him.
Yeah, Patrick Burke, defensive back, player that we liked a lot through the draft process. He has some athletic traits and length and plays with physicality, where he can come in and compete on our special teams units.
Reese Martin.
Yeah, Reese, Reese is a player that, he's got the size and, the frame, the length, he has athletic ability and, just someone that we see having a lot of potential for us.
Robert Panabaker?
Robert's, is a very good football player, instinctual player, plays with great technique and competitiveness, and, another player that we see having an impact on our special teams units.
Josh Heyer?
Josh is another player. He has athletic traits, competitiveness, physicality. Plays with great technique, and excited to work with him.
And Caleb Morin.
Caleb's kind of newer to the starting unit there, and he's someone that we he made a bunch of plays in kind of key moments for them. Physical player, someone that we're excited to have.
Now, when you guys are making these calls, what kind of reactions are you getting from these players when you're telling them they've been drafted?
Yeah, I think the players are, it's something that they worked for quite some time. We've got to know them over the course of a year or sometimes longer, and I think when you're drafting, you're trying to find players that are passionate about the game. Like getting drafted and playing in the CFL is something that's really important to them. So I think, it depends on the player's personality, but they're all excited in different ways. But it's like something that means a lot to them. So it's it's something you really enjoy seeing, and you can feel it in their voices and on their faces, really.
A big thank you to Drew Allemang for joining me late, actually very late, after the draft Tuesday night on what was an extremely busy day for him. It was nice to get some more info on those Ticats draft picks. We'll have a full draft recap show tomorrow where you'll be able to hear from your new Ticats quarterback, Bo Levi Mitchell. You'll also be able to hear from Anthony Frederico and Simone Lawrence, plus many more. As mentioned before, former Ticats left tackle Brian Simmons was on the panel for the draft watch party at Tim Hortons Field, and he gave some thoughts on the draft and what the Ticats are looking like, in his opinion, heading into the upcoming season.
You really don't know the outcome of the draft, and really till the season's over. You don't know how your pick's going to do. It's almost, I'm not going to say the stock market or something, but it's like you're making these little investments and you're hoping that something grows and takes off for you. So I think that's a good start. I don't know what the other picks would be. We'll sit here and say, but we'll sit here and see. But I will say this, I think their team is so strong, I think they're going to be fine regardless, And I think the draft is just, hey, we're going to have little touch-ups here and there, like Black. Let's say if he works it up to be a sixth man, that'd be great for him to get that opportunity. But at the same time, I feel like this group is so veteranized. It's going to be hard for him to get that spot. Like it's hard to get that spot. And competition brings the best out of everyone. That's my favorite part of training camp. I missed that segment earlier. I love just competing. And, I'm looking forward to watching the season come and just see how it goes. And I don't know. You just really can't predict it. You can say what you think and feel, but until the first game of the season, that ball's kicked off, you don't know what's going to happen.
That was Brian Simmons from the draft watch party sponsored by TELUS right here at Tim Hortons Field. And being someone who's played in the league and someone who had a great career himself, it was nice to have him on the panel giving some takes on the draft, but also just giving some takes on the Ticats team in general this season. And it was a real treat hearing some words of wisdom from Brian. You'll be able to hear more from him, as well as a ton of other players and members of management around the Hamilton Tiger-Cats on tomorrow's draft recap special right here on the Ticats Audio Network. That's all for me. Thank you for joining me here on Ticats Today. I'm Brayden Neville. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.